Northeast Frontier Railway laga officials bra 22nd September the actor press conference lisher. Press conference la samay railway officials kan barjanaishigi government of India bra Northeast states laga rail network to sub connect rebelese. Railway official berkushigi NFR gan DIMAPUR railway station laga alak issues species se aru itungan sub sabalik committed ase. Railway department laga matidi manukan encroach krigna takalaga mamla uberbich naisha. Official berkushigi takan laga hati clear cut map ase kintu railway laga mati ase aru encroaches kan gi hata bole to taikan laga Nagaland soccer laga motot lage. Idakla nohigina encroaches kan gi identify kuribole aru report panabole karne high power committee form krigna se kushe. Illegal land PATTAS issue krigna takalaga mamla upar kushigi illegal land PATTAS kan to cancel kuribole lage. DIMAPUR railway station di vikas anibole karne 280 crore sanctioned krigna se krigna chanaishe aru project laga kam chai takat same chantakan gi cooperate kribole pinti krushe.
You all know that DIMAPUR has been connected with the rail network since very long, but as per the government of India's latest policy, Act East, we are now trying to connect all the capital cities of all the northeast states. We have already gone up to Sukhovi, and soon will be by 26. I think we'll be able to connect Kohima. Prior to that, next year by September, we are able to go up to that. Another 2 block section we'll be able to complete. So I am here to listen directly from you. Anything you have, you can ask me. World-class stations, the very prestigious and dream project of our Prime Minister. You all know that more than 1,000 stations all over Indian railway network are going to be converted into world-class. Every state has been given depending on the not only the footfall or the traffic, depending on the importance of the city in various states. I think total Northeast 56 stations have. Northeast area of Indian Railway has selected 56 stations to convert into world-class station. Huge investment is going to come, but again, as if some of the stations I have seen before DIMAPUR, and DIMAPUR also has issues. Because once when you want to develop into a world class, you require space also, and there are constraints like encroachments and all. So unless the whole project is, I will say, is accommodated into the environment and the space here, then only we can expand and then deliver. But there are issues, sanctions are there, funds are there. Many places we are working. Dimapur also we have a extensive plan. If you know that, you must have seen it. This is a Dimapur station, 280 crores sanctioned for this particular station. So many with so many other facilities and all. We have all the drawings finalized, but maybe the execution part. It is now very easy. We have the funds, we have the sanction, we have the drawings approved. Now railway can immediately fix up a contractor agency to execute the work. But when at the execution stage, you all know that कि आपने कहीं भी देखा होगा कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्क ये चलते हैं ना, वो टुडेज पेन टुमारोज गेन, वो वाली चीज़ है. ड्यूरिंग द एग्जीक्यूशन स्टेज देयर विल बी सम डिफिकल्टीज, एंड वी वांट दैट everyone has to cooperate with the railways, and this message through media should go all around so that the execution phase would be, if the cooperation is better, the execution will be faster. Otherwise it may take very long time, and the actual real fruits of the project will not come in time. That is the issue. हमारी रेलवे बाउंड्रीज, हमारे पास रिकॉर्ड्स है, सब कुछ है. Unless basically encroachment, you understand that encroachment has to, those who are occupying the railway land where the, as per the drawing, the work has to be executed, needs to be vacated.
Do you feel that encroachment is it would be the biggest issue?
No, one of the issue. I won't call it a biggest issue. It's not certainly the biggest issue, because there are lots of when we are developing a world-class station, it is not only circulating area. This encroachment mainly hovers around the circulating area. But inside the station, whatever facilities like FOBs, lifts and escalators, those things would be not will be there. So we'll be executing those work.
What about the previous issuance of land patta by administrators? How is that being tackled to private individuals?
तो उसके लिए तो
Which is,
रेलवे हैज बीन टाइम टू टाइम हैज बीन मॉडिफाइंग द प्रोसीजर्स बट दैट पट्टा of policy deals comes into picture only when it is connected with the railway business. If somebody is having his own private business, I cannot issue patta and all that kind of thing. हमारे पास procedures हैं. We can give the land on lease.
Railway land.
For railway land, I can provide on lease, provided he is doing some business connected with railways. If it basically in turn, there is a benefit to railway, but for a personal benefit or for some other benefit which is not connected with railway, I cannot give land on lease. But initially, till 1 year before, even the policies were not supporting us to do this kind of step. Somebody will be given the land on lease to facilitate railway business. ये पहले भी नहीं था. This is latest development. Last year only policy has been revised. So we are now quite open. Even in such case, many cases we are going by the bidding process also, where we feel कि हमारी land है, something can be developed. We are going resorting to the bidding process. Of those who are coming to develop the land, basically goods yard, warehouses, that in turn will bring some traffic from railways. उस तरह की चीज़ है. So that is why railway has been progressive in this area, but for benefit of individuals and all, nobody would like to do that actually.
After the Supreme Court has given the direction to the railway authorities to evict 10 encroachers, what has NFR done in Dimapur? Has there been any steps taken by the NFR to evict the illegal encroachers?
You see, for evicting the encroachers, first they are to be identified that they are encroachers. We have our own clear-cut land map, according to which it is railways land. But for evicting them, we need state government's assistance. We have approached state government many times to confirm from their own records that this is railway land and they are encroachers, and thereafter provide assistance in the form of magistrate and police force to plan the evictions. But till now, state government, they are still in that process. Recently, we had raised this issue even with railway minister had come, Minister of State of Railway, and this issue was raised even in presence of Chief Minister. And they have formed a committee, high power committee, in which local commissioner, DC, and one of the local railway officers, senior DN, he is a member. They have to submit their report and clearly identify the encroachers. So their report is still awaited.
Last 27th April or somewhere there was a meeting of high level committee and some decisions were taken. Based on that, railway was supposed to exactly map and give the land detail which belongs to railway and is under encroachment.
All those details, encroachment details we have given, but state government, they are still to certify, confirm, because on many such lands, as you were pointing out, that pattas have been given by previous administration,
Yes, illegal.
illegal pattas. So those pattas will have to be cancelled. So that
Those
action
are
is,
the actual encroachers.
yeah, they are encroachers.
But again,
According to us.
again, whatever details we have provided, basically that the land which is comprising the whole world-class project, we are not. If you think that total land may be more than that, but we have given details only which pertains to our world-class station project, not more than that. So that is important. Otherwise, we will be able to do some improvements, but may not be that world-class.
How much land area?
What is the land area for the scheme, for the fund, for the exactly world class?
So it's not fixed. It depends on the station, the total population there, the requirement. Different stations may have different requirements. But as per Dimapur, 50
Around
acres.
50
For
acres.
world
will-
class.
50 acres.
But under encroachment, it is more than that,
Yes,
around
yes.
300 acres. We do not. We are
So is that available right now?
no.
15.
It's not.
It's not available. But I can do. There have been instances where the state government has gone out of their way to develop world class स्टेशन में आपको भी रिसेंटली 2 महीने पहले की बात बताता हूँ गुवाहाटी में वी हैव ओनली वन एंट्री गुवाहाटी मेन स्टेशन अदर साइड एंट्री के लिए स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हैज कंप्लीट उनका स्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉर्पोरेशन का ऑफिस है असम स्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट we had a memorandum of understanding already signed with the Assam government. They are huge area. They are vacating. Their transport corporation it is shifted. 8 acres land they are vacating. They are removing. They are going somewhere else.
In regards to land encroachment, can you clarify and give us briefly, are you satisfied with the assistance given by the state government in regards to eviction of the illegal encroachers?
Right now, I will only say that the efforts from the state government are in the positive direction. Now it's because it has just begun. From April only, one high-level committee has been formed. So now the efforts are in the positive direction. It depends on after some time if we get the result, then only we can discuss in terms of satisfaction, dissatisfaction. But so far, efforts are positive and on the right track. And we are expecting, yes, we are expecting to get some land.
So world class stations has escalators, parking lots, but even the Amrit Bharat scheme is also under this
Yeah,
Dimapur
yeah.
station. So will that both be clubbed under the same funds and scheme, or is it a different
Same,
scheme
yes.
altogether?
They are one of the same.
Or it's the same?
For
Only
Dimapur, it is not
few
Amrit Bharat.
major development is basically world class station and now minor modifications those are Amrit Bharat station. It's all crystal clear what is going to be developed in this station. Drawings completely finalized and ready. We can share with you all. When we are going for a world class, because world class developing a world class station has basically not taken into account this criteria is based on something else. So this is a world class station. We will certainly invest more there.
No, I mean the current process.
We will do that. We will not wait for that. I told you, the development will come in two phases. Either the circulating area and the inside. Whatever inside the station we can do it is all available. We can do it. So we'll see that if we don't get that land, we'll go with the only phase 1. We'll go into the phase 2. But if we get complete thing, we'll go simultaneously.
So phase 1 will be inside the railway
No,
station.
that I am not saying. That's a later. If we don't succeed in getting the land, then what is the alternative? Develop whatever fund is available. At least do something, some development inside the station.
You had mentioned that encroachment is one of the issues. What are the other issues?
The issues we have to run the train operation and do we execute the work safely while projected and then so many things. I mean, when you execute during the execution, there may be so many problems.
Why has it taken so long for NFR to take a very bold step with the state government, considering that Dimapur is the highest revenue for the Northeast, Dimapur station?
It has not taken long.
It has
This
taken
Amrit
very long, I
Bharat
think.
station scheme has come
No, it's not
last year
about the
only.
scheme, just development of the railway station, certain issues,
No,
encroachment
see.
issues.
Till last year, nobody had thought about that Amrit Bharat station world class. We didn't have funds. Now we suddenly find that we have enough funds, we have policies, we want to develop this, that. So now we are coming up what to do. Without having that, if I tell I want to do this, who will believe me? Now when I am talking about development, I am confident, I am having fun, I can do it. Minimum facilities to the passenger depending on the earning from the station, depending on the footfall at the station. Oh, standards railway has got beautiful codes and manuals. We go with that. But when you have to go beyond that, there will be some political will has to be there. Government has to support. There has to be some desire from state government, central government together. That is how this scheme has come. Amrit Bharat station. So now we are acting.
We have more than 10,000 travelers to and from Dimapur railway station on a daily basis, including Sundays. However, from Dimapur to Tipu stations in abroad, we have less than 2,000 tickets. Around 1,600 tickets only has been allocated for Dimapur PATTAS. So, do you have any plans to further to enhance the ticket quotas?
This issue has already number of times highlighted. You know what I have reviewed since last 7-8 years. We have not reduced any quota. And what happens is there is a myth. I mean, one train, if it is the whole route, every station or major station given certain quota. So your quota has never been reduced, never been reduced. But the more the trains, the more the quota. It depends on number of trains also.
What's happening, sir, is
We have not reduced any quota
okay,
whatsoever.
tickets
Maybe
are
your
not
requirement
reduced.
has gone up. We'll
We
take
have
it.
large number of trains running from point X to point Y, and you need to provide certain number of berths to each cluster. So Dimapur is a remote station, and it's a remote in a technical term, not far away. You don't take it literally. There are certain identified remote locations, and they have pulled berths for a cluster of stations. So accordingly, we have around 880 odd berths for Dimapur remote location. Similarly, in other location also you would have something like 600. In some places you have 700. So these quotas are identified for different remote locations. Like our GM said, we would be further reviewing that. And it's not only about having more quota by the same train. You need to run more trains. When you run more trains, you have more
get it.
opportunities for the
And we
passengers.
are already planning to provide more trains.
We generally try and see that the berths available over our system. It's not only confined to only NF railway. There are a number of stations beyond this area. A train coming from Dibrugarh going right up to Ernakulam, you have large number of stations and states you need to cater to. So accordingly, the distribution is done. You have to take care of different clusters. Even over North Frontier, you have 6-7 clusters where you need to distribute berths. So basically, you do not have any steadfast rule, but we generally try to take care of the popular requirement and the aspiration of the people. So that is how it's done.
The thing is that the number of berths in a train is limited. If I increase here, I'll have to decrease somewhere. It is very clear thing.
So what is important to understand is that we are not looking at only state boundary. We are looking at cluster of stations, maybe going beyond the general or state boundary. So basically, it's a distribution taking care of everyone. And the solution, of course, lies in running more number of trains, which is what we will be doing once the track doubling and all these things take place. And then it's going to
Solution
take
is
care
more
of those.
trains, more tracks. Already doubling is sanctioned.
Longer the stoppage period is, and if you have this kind of stoppage all over the place, ultimately it's going to delay the train. Ultimately, it's going to result in reduced, very very high long running time. Secondly, depending on number of staff or number of passengers getting down and boarding trains, we decide the stoppage period. I understand in Rajdhani 7 minutes stoppage is very few. But in any case, since you're saying that,
No, I'm not saying to extend timing all over the place. I'm saying especially because there are lots of passengers here.
Yeah, I got it. Seven.
I
I'm
understand
frankly
what
telling
I
you,
understand,
7 minutes is enough. 7 minutes. I don't think 7 minutes can be further. Rajdhani Express, right? Can't hold it for 10 minutes or 12 minutes.
Kapinjal,